Welcome to the VA's Community Resource and Referral Center. I'd most especially like to welcome our distinguished mayors of Minneapolis and Saint Paul, and thank you for your support of veterans and this program. So my name is Pat Kelly. I'm the director of the Minneapolis VA healthcare system, which includes the hospital here in Minneapolis and 13 clinics throughout the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin. You know, this CRRC opened in September of 2012. And offers primary care services, mental health counseling, and a whole variety of supportive services intended to help veterans with jobs, with housing, and accessing services in the community and our community partners. And in addition to the 30 staff, VA staff we have working here, we have spaces and very active involvement from our other community partners, which is absolutely critical to our continued success. We are very familiar in the VA with the Secretary's #1 priority. His priority, #1, it has been since 2009, is to end veterans' homelessness by 2015. And we have made a lot of good progress on that. We have a lot of data to suggest that we're making a real dent in that, and we're doing a lot of good things for veterans. But you know, it is absolutely nothing that we can do on our own. And so the engagement of our community partners, our CVSOs, MACV, the churches, the cities, that's how we win this victory. That's how we win this battle. So we are, again, very grateful for them. And I just couldn't be more pleased with the visibility that this gives veterans and the veterans homelessness issue. The visibility that it brings that the mayor of Minneapolis and the mayor of Saint Paul are issuing this challenge, which we will join in heartily with them to end veterans homelessness by 2015 or before. So it is my pleasure to introduce the Saint Paul Mayor, Mayor Chris Coleman, and sir, on behalf of the VA and veterans, thanks very much for supporting us in this effort.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Director Kelly. Thank you so much. Thank you for your leadership and just welcoming us to the center, which is just such a critical piece of the services that we need to provide to all of our veterans. A couple of months ago, I was inspired by the story of Ralph Becker, the mayor of Salt Lake City, who told me about the fact that they were on the verge of ending homelessness for their veterans in the city of Salt Lake, and that his only concern was that Phoenix might beat them. And I realized that there was this kind of friendly rivalry between the two cities to do right by the veterans that have served our country. Senator Amy Klobuchar likes to say, you know, there was no long line for our veterans when they were volunteering to serve our country. There should be no line for them when they're seeking services, when they're seeking housing, when they're seeking employment. And we need to do everything that we can to support them. But it wasn't until I saw the work of Salt Lake and saw the work of Phoenix that I understood that the ultimate goal that the Secretary has stated of ending, not making better, not reducing, but ending homelessness for our veterans was an actual possibility. And like we always do in Minnesota, we'll be damned if we let somebody else in Phoenix or Salt Lake be better than us. They may be first, but we're gonna launch an effort. And we're gonna launch a little bit of a friendly competition between Des Moines and Columbus, Ohio, to say who's going to be next in this country to end homelessness for our veterans in their community. And I truly believe that the city of Saint Paul, the city of Minneapolis, the state of Minnesota will be next in that list of cities and regions that have ended homelessness for their veterans. And we're going to do it because we have a partnership. We have a partnership between our two cities. We have a partnership with the state that has a plan to end homelessness in our community in general. We have partnerships with great groups like Catholic Charities that have recently unveiled a plan to have a real continuum of care facility in the city of Saint Paul that does right by not just our veterans, but all of our homeless community. We have great partners in our public housing agency, particularly in the city of Saint Paul. I'm so proud of the work that Saint Paul's PHA has done to really provide safe, affordable, stable housing for folks and for families. And so I know that we can do this, and I know that with all of the different pieces coming to place, and there are a lot of parts that are going to make this possible. Whether it's VASH vouchers, just finding more supportive housing beds for our vets, whatever it takes, building facilities like Higher Ground in Minneapolis that really show how we can move people from the streets into permanent and stable housing. We know that if we do all of these things, we can achieve our goal. And in achieving our goal for our veterans, which we need to do, we can create hope for all of our families and all the people that are on the streets in the Twin Cities. It isn't hard to understand on a day like today or the weather that we've had the last couple of weeks why this is not just a matter of conscience, it's a crisis. We cannot have people living on the streets of our cities. It is wrong. We're better than that, and we have the partnerships and the possibilities to end homelessness. But today we announce that we will end homelessness for our veterans by 2015, and we're going to work together to make sure that that happens. And the St. Paul, Minneapolis area will be the next region behind Salt Lake and Phoenix to solve this crisis for their homeless vets. And we're not going to settle for anything less than elimination of homelessness for our vets. And so I'm proud to stand here with my partner in crime from the fair city of Minneapolis, Mayor Betsy Hodges.
I'm pleased to be joining Mayor Coleman and Saint Paul in this competition with other metro cities. Minneapolis and Saint Paul should be cities where every person can thrive. All people, especially our veterans, deserve a home. I'm proud to be partnering with Saint Paul and Mayor Coleman in taking on this challenge. While it's a friendly competition, I sincerely hope that we all win and every veteran has a place to call home. And we have made significant progress over the years through our joint work with Hennepin County, but there is still much to do. For example, between 2009 and 2013, homelessness among veterans decreased by 52% in Hennepin County alone. Ending veteran homelessness is the work of the entire community. This competition will be a chance for us to work with our partnerships at all levels, as Mayor Coleman said, with St. Paul, Hennepin and Ramsey counties, HUD, the Veterans Administration, Minnesota Assistant Council for Veterans, and more. And I know we have a great partner at the federal level in Representative Ellison. I want to give thanks to the folks in his office for being here. They work on housing and veterans issues, and we know Ellison is always a partner. Congressman Ellison is always a partner, and we can count on him in this effort. The key to our success thus far has been in investment of federal government in new Section 8 housing vouchers for homeless veterans, coupled with services from the VA. We have statewide federal grant, the supportive services for veterans' families, administered by the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans. Thank you so much for that. The importance of housing in our region cannot be understated, that we also get to work on making sure we have the housing, as well as working with veterans themselves to connect them to that housing. So now it is my honor to introduce a veteran who has experienced homelessness, a veteran who is reclaiming his life with the support of the VA and organizations like MACV, Scott Roberts.
Hi, everyone. My name is Scott Roberts, and less than a year ago, I was homeless. And through the efforts of MACV is where it all started for me, Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans. I was able to contact a man by the name of Joe Wittenberg, who brought me down here for an appointment. And through MACV, I'm now not homeless. I'm staying in a facility called Building 47 on Minneapolis Veterans Administration grounds. I actually have transitioned into my own room right now. One of my other heroes, Jimmy Collier, who has seen me through homelessness on more than one occasion, has stood by me even when I just wasn't getting it. And through the resources that MACV has offered me, through psychiatric evaluations, mental health and chemical dependency issue support, I want to also say thanks for my case manager, Cindy Larson, and our staff out there at MACV, who are tremendously supportive in helping veterans who come in at all different levels. I kind of like to refer to Building 47 as a body cast. I went in there a broken man, and it's been helping me heal. And I'd also like to say that through MACV and a federal program called VRAP, I now have the opportunity and am participating in going to college for the first time in my life, MCTC. And and I'm on a path right now to go into business management, and I'm not sure yet exactly which direction that'll go. I'm still working with my career advisor out there. But I don't know what else to say other than Mac. Well, I just want to thank our country too. I mean, people say thank you for your service, Scott, and all the other veterans, but it's like, I'm so glad now that, you know, I don't know, it's like white linen service. And just to all the veterans that are out there who don't know about the resources, I don't know where the best place to start is, but here at CRC, they can get you pointed in the right direction, because there is hope. It seems hopeless when you're living in your car and it's cold outside, but with the resources available, there's everything's possible. All right, thank you, everyone.
Scott, thank you so much, both for the personal sacrifices that you've made, and then also for being willing to come and share your story. My name is Cathy Ten Broek. I am Minnesota's Director to Prevent and End Homelessness, and I am delighted to be here, honored to be standing here with the mayors of Minneapolis and Saint Paul, and so grateful for their strong commitment to this goal of ending all veterans' homelessness in Minneapolis and Saint Paul and across the state. I just really want to acknowledge again, and I know many people in this room have been acknowledged, but we cannot say this enough, but it is because of the work of so many people in this room and beyond that we are at this point. Our county partners, we have Milt Schoen here, director of our Veteran Services Office in Hennepin County. We've got Gail Dorfman, one of our major champions at the Hennepin County Board, Tony Carter in Ramsey County, so many county partners. The offices to end homelessness in Minneapolis and in Saint Paul and Hennepin County and in Ramsey County, the public housing authorities, we couldn't do it without them. The MACV, who's been mentioned many times, of course, very critical to all of this. Outreach workers, nonprofit organizations that do housing and services throughout our community, and the dedicated staff of the VA. And I have to point out, Janelle Glubke, we would definitely not be this close to ending veterans homelessness in our community without her. So, yeah. So because of all of you, we are at this point. We can see the end of homelessness for veterans in our community. In December, the 11 commissioners of the Minnesota Interagency Council on Homelessness and the governor's office, they came together and they publicly adopted and announced the release of the new state plan to prevent and end homelessness in Minnesota, called Heading Home. And in this plan, we make it a very clear priority to, quote, finish the job of ending veterans' homelessness by 2015. And with the strong commitment of our federal partners on this is indeed the time. State and local government working together with all of you and our veterans, we can and we will do this. So the next steps is that I will be pulling together all of the partners that you see in this room and many more, and together we will be mapping out our collective path. We will be listening to all of the folks who are on the ground, who know exactly what the remaining gaps and barriers are to actually ending the job of finishing the job of ending veterans homelessness. And then we together as the public partners at the state and local level will work to really address what those specific gaps and barriers are. And we want to help remove these barriers on a veteran by veteran basis. So thank you once again to all of you who are here, and to those of you who are not in this room who would like to be engaged in helping us end veterans homelessness, whether you're a business or a community member, we have a way for you to be a part of this as well.